Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, so let's get into this, shall we? Virgos, we're going to do storytelling that I like to do about once a quarter, where I just ask what makes Virgo attractive right now. And this is attractive to whomever we may see who that is, but King of Pentacles. Virgo is standing here. If they are a masculine, they come across as exceptionally like grounded, powerful. They come across as somebody that would be excellent in business. Someone who also has like a wild animal version of energy to them, but coupled with like, um, when you see like any kind of creature in their element, like I love to see my dog run when he's busy herding birds in the sky. He's a dog that is bred to herd. He's a blue heeler, and he's never more powerful and more beautiful than he's doing just what he was made to do. And I think the same is true for any animal out there. You see them out there in the wild, you see a deer and you see how high they can jump, and you see how just fleet-footed they are and how graceful they are, and it's like there's such a beauty, right? So whatever it is that Virgo does, that is a natural part of them or a talent they have, their true essence is exceptionally sexy. Now, there's also a competency. This is a Virgo who actually comes across as like they know who they are. Now, this could show up in Virgo's work, whatever they do for a living, and that could be very, very attractive. That they are so, you could be so drawn to them, to this Virgo, because they, that they know what they know. They show it in their actions. This could be anything. This Virgo could be a coffee barista, and just the way their hands don't miss a movement, the way they know just how to foam the milk and just how to. By the way, I'm amazed by baristas myself. I'm a huge coffee fan, but I've never worked as a barista, and I marvel at how great all the different little, additions and syrups and stuff. You blend it, you mix it just right, and it's fabulous. So whatever it is, it could be whatever this Virgo does. Very attractive, their competency. They could be a surgeon, they could be a barista, they could also just be walking in their power. Virgo could be a business owner in this, and their business shows who they are somehow. No matter if Virgo works for somebody else or not, though, their true essence is going to be shining through. This Virgo has tremendous pride in what they do. We have the star. This Virgo is very unique. Very, very, very unique. Yes, they have excelled in some area of life, but they do it with their own unique panache. This Virgo is a 1 in a billion. They are somebody who has a bit of magic around them. I feel like somebody is wowed by this Virgo. It's like you can do things I would never imagine anybody else could do. You have a way. You've got your own vernacular. You've got your own special twist on things. You've got your own, like maybe this Virgo's really, really good at talking to people, calming people down, helping to smooth out all kinds of things. Now, if Virgo's in the public eye, Virgo could be really, really good at making people feel comfortable, making people feel safe. This is the greatest kind of leadership, because it's Virgo's truly competent, and that comes through. They build trust because they are who they say they are, and but they do it with their own unique flavor. It's like they stand out in amongst the crowd. This is not a Virgo who's like, I want to become famous. I want to be a guru and have people follow me. Let me think if I can talk louder, or if I can talk with, greater fake conviction and, use smoke and mirrors, I can get people to follow me. This is not what Virgo's doing. It's very truthful, and they're very authentic. And if they are a star, it's by accident. It's not because Virgo tried to go out and calculate what will make me super. Like, this is a true essence of who Virgo is. If people adore this Virgo, it's because they adore the real Virgo. And I think that authenticity is super important here. That might be what sets Virgo apart, is the authenticity. We have a Page of Pentacles. It's funny because there's also a little kid version of Virgo. Very sweet, very innocent. Some side of them that's just adorable. And I kind of think that the way Virgo interacts maybe is very honest, very straightforward. When they talk, it's like if they don't know something, they might be very good about like, I don't know what that is. Like, how little kids will just be really blunt. Like, and ask the question that's really on their mind, not to be offensive or anything, but just because they genuinely don't know what the answer is and they're curious. I feel like that element is part of Virgo, and it's very endearing. It's very sweet. I like this Virgo. Whoever they are, they're a sweetie pie. We've got that Knight of Cups. Virgo is quite the lover too. When it comes to, and Virgo could sing, or they have a nice voice, or they have some like musical energy, or maybe I could picture this as a Virgo who like hums without realizing it when they do things. I could picture this being a Virgo who, like, their expression of love is, if they have like a lilting voice, and if they're good at communicating like softness and loving words, they are like the embodiment of music. There's something here where Virgo's warmth like flows out of them. So Virgo could have dark hair. We see dark hair again and again and again. Virgo could wear kind of like flowing clothes sometimes. They also may have, well, sometimes we've got no clothes on at all. Other times, but I think that's just saying that the raw version of Virgo, the realness of them, is what's making them very either popular or famous, or draw people to them. And that's one of the things. It's like, nobody else could do what you just did. How did you do that? Because Virgo was honest. Virgo was straightforward. But Virgo may wear interesting clothing. They could also have a background that is multicultural. We could have somebody, or if not multicultural influences. So when they dress, she's wearing a sari, whether she's actually from an Indian culture or not. Sometimes we are drawn to, maybe because of past lives, or maybe just because we think it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, but we're drawn to things that we think are elegant and attractive, and we choose to wear that, whether we hail from that culture or not. Virgo may not have boundaries on what they wear. Sometimes, again, it could be like cute, sweet, trendy clothes, and other times it's really, really elegant. I think saris are one of the most elegant. Like, I love drape material. So I think saris are just absolutely the most exquisite thing ever. But I'm just thinking that this Virgo dresses in a manner that suits their personality type. But their personality type is a blend of very mature, kind of fairy dust, childlike, and then also super elegant. It's an interesting blend to see for a single character. And then the other thing we have is Virgo's ego got stripped away a long time ago. This Virgo could have hit rock bottom at some point in their life, and they don't pull any punches about it. They might be very straightforward about things that they lost in life, mistakes that they made in life. They may be very, very blunt about the upheaval. This is somebody who would be, straightforward about mistakes they made, times that, a lot of things in life we want to hide because we're embarrassed of it. This Virgo's like, what do you mean? I mean, it happened. You can't unwrite history, so why would I run from it? It's just, those are some big momentous things in our life that get stripped away, or that collapse, or that we walk away from, or that we mess up ourselves. Those are pieces of my life that made me who I am, so there's really no point in hiding it. That is so refreshing, because it's like, well, I don't hate myself for mistakes, or I don't live in a place of like unhealed trauma over things that people have done me dirty, but it might have changed the course of my life, and I just going to mention it offhand. There's really not an ego. If I think Virgo's open about like, oh, I'm always worried that, I'll screw this up, or something won't work out right. I mean, how do you know until you get the end product of anything, whether or not you did a good job? I just feel like Virgo's super like down to earth, and that is so attractive. Now let me ask, who is attracted to Virgo right now? With this attitude, I would think everybody would be attracted to this Virgo. Two of Wands. Well, more than one person. We specifically, though, have an individual who is wondering, should they gravitate toward Virgo? Nine of Wands. They definitely could be a fire sign, but I feel like there's more than one person, because we got the big old mysterious pyramid behind this character, and it's a bit like, who else is interested in Virgo? It's like, oh, we can't even see. There's probably a lot of people that Virgo wouldn't guess are interested in them or attracted to them. There's a host of people that think about Virgo, but this one in particular, They have not come forward toward Virgo. They're working on healing something in themselves. They could be a fire sign, doesn't have to be. 9 of coins sideways. Yeah, they're working on their own self-worth. 2 9s, both of which are, well, the one is a wounded warrior card. And then the other one is typically a really empowered card, but they're not empowered yet because it's sideways. Messenger of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, no communication. If this person actually owes Virgo an apology, they also are not in a place where they can do that yet. Yeah, 8 of Swords. They're kind of sitting, stewing in the clouds of their mind. What do you want from Virgo? What do you think about Virgo? What do you like about Virgo? Why are you still thinking about Virgo? 7 of Pentacles. Virgo actually impacted this person in a really big way. They've grown a ton since they met Virgo. They've grown a ton because of Virgo. Mastery of Coins. This is actually the King of Pentacles. I know there's a queen on it, but it's actually the King of Pentacles, which if we go back, that was the first card. So they know exactly who and what Virgo is to them. They know the authentic Virgo. They know the divine masculine and feminine sides of Virgo. This is what inspired them. And I have to say, when Virgo knew them, you see the frog, the toad, Virgo might have kissed them and they were nothing but a toad at that point. I don't mean to be insulting toward them. I'm saying this is coming from their own side. And it's like Virgo was balanced and fair with me, and I might have been a freaking toad. I didn't turn into a prince. This is why they think that they say I need to apologize, but I can't yet. But I know exactly who Virgo is. I don't know. This person seems like they messed something up pretty solid with Virgo. Mastery of Cups. But damn, do they love Virgo. And at this point, with that divine masculine and feminine energy showing on this card as well. Again, this is actually a masculine. It's the King of Cups, but they put a feminine on that. I feel like even if their emotions have never been in question for Virgo, I still feel like their actions and their personal self-worth has been their biggest hurdle. And so I don't think that their actions were correct in how they treated Virgo, even though I don't think for a minute that they didn't love Virgo. They still love Virgo. They think so highly of Virgo. Are they ever going to gravitate toward Virgo? We've got a King of Swords in the reverse. Not anytime real soon, because they're still looking at themselves like they're a fallen angel. God, and now we have a King of Wands sideways. So again, we go Mastery of Swords, Mastery of Wands. And so we have all 4 kings here, right? Once when they're thinking about Virgo. Once when they're feeling how they feel about Virgo. And then we've got the communication version of them. Absolutely. They can't either. Maybe they can't gag the words out of their mouth that they're sorry. Maybe this is still too much ego in the way. They're still operating, even at their best, they still feel like a fallen angel. But right now, they're still very much in a karmic cycle of, I can't say that. I can't talk to Virgo right now. I can't say it. I feel like this might be the truest version of them because this is the hardest part for them to overcome. So this is the deepest wound that they have. So they might be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But God, their heart says a lot of beautiful things to Virgo that their lips don't say. They're staying away from Virgo, but this person, Virgo has made a massive impact in their life. And I actually feel like they are doing a lot of good work. Like they're moving forward quite a bit. They're at the 9 of Wands. Are you going to get to the 10 of Wands? Are you going to get to the point? The 3 of Pentacles. Virgo will absolutely hear from this person someday. Maybe not for the next 3 months or so, but Virgo will absolutely hear from this person when they break through that final breakthrough. Obviously, to have 4 kings, that's a lot. Basically, they are revamping their divine masculine energy so they can become a full-blown emperor. And here we now have the Queen of Pentacles. This is the nurturer of coins, only in this case they put the masculine vision. So they had to heal something inside of themselves at the divine masculine feminine energies, which is ironic because remember, that's one of Virgo's strengths, Virgo's traits. Virgo is already a beautiful blend of masculine and feminine that is in harmony with themselves. They can love, they can be a protector and a defender for their partner, but they can also be as soft and sweet and delicate and, whatever we want to say, like the most delicate, floral, feminine ever, but they can also be this ferocious, powerful, hulking, defensive, masculine energy. I mean, we all have yin yang within us, but I feel like this Virgo has really mastered how to be soft and how to also be like a powerful leader. And I think that that is the biggest hurdle that this person who adores Virgo has had in themselves. Okay, there's definitely some growth going on for them, though. We wish them luck and support, but in the meantime, this Virgo is absolutely a stellar character. All right, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.